What is it? Nobody can comment or chat? What did I do? Did I switch off chat here or what? Somebody say something. Oh my God. Enable chat. I didn't know I could turn it off. Oh, you guys are just fucking not talking to me. 15 people in here, all kinds of likes, and nobody wants to say anything. How dare you? The chat's enabled again. What an interesting day. Thank you, Cryptid Butterfly. What an interesting day thus far. The drinking turkey has been exposed by some dude up on Facebook as a former security guard at a Barton Creek shopping center. I'm not sure if that's in Austin, Texas. It might be. But he ain't no law enforcement agent. Dude, they hire anybody. There goes that fucking claim. How do you want to shame somebody for what it is that they do, right? It's not that anybody's shaming you for being, a mall cop in that sense. You're not even a mall cop. You're a security guard at a shopping center, which is cool. But it's not cool when you go around claiming to be in law enforcement. Bullshitting your YouTube audience. That just didn't start from somebody out there making it up, propping you up in your... That started with you, drinking turkey. But I was watching Nchi. Nchi talked about it this morning. I got a kick out of it. It made me laugh. She gets all wound up because she goes and she's gotten into that trap with correcting all of his misinformation that goes over there. And he panders and believes everything that Daniel Martell tells him. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. I'm a fucking tweaker. That's why him and DM get on so well, Laurel says? How do you mean? Probably because they're birds of a feather. Drinking turkey's probably a tweaker as well. What sort of people get security guard at shopping malls? Chomos? What a fucking weirdo. Retired people. Trying to keep the peace here at the shopping center. Yeah, you thought something was up from him from the start there, Bernice? You fucking guys. What is up, the real Norbeaster? Good to see you this morning. What else was going on? What was... I was supposed to give a message to Justin from another person telling him that he's got the car colors screwed up. It's a black car, not a blue car, for whatever that's worth. I don't know what that's about. Somebody told me to tell Justin that. I'm like, I don't talk to Justin in the background. He's a fucking clown. I'm just kidding. He's funny. So I'll just put it out there into the ether. If anybody is talking to him, tell him he's got to fix that. Apparently. Who are we talking about, Nini? Danny J Hernandez. DJ Hernandez. Former security guard. Right now. What are you saying, Liz? I wonder if he will still go live later. Of course he is. He's got nothing to be ashamed of. Now it's all out in the open. He's arrogant as fuck. A douchebag like that sits up there and claims that everybody else is stupid when it comes to this investigation and there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, I'd say you've got a real fucking complex on your hands, son. But at the same time, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to see everybody get worked up. I thought he was just playing a shtick. Like you usually have to play in and placate to, excuse me, your guest. And it's not about scrutinizing, it's about getting information. But that's not what old Danny J was doing. What do you think about that, Kent? He's literally the Temu version of a mall Rent-A-Cop. You guys are hard. You guys are hard on drinking turkey. He thinks he's an undercover cop. Oh, yeah. Does he really, Laura? I don't watch him. I wouldn't watch that shit in a million years. I'm not a cop. I just play one on YouTube, Ginger Snap. Well, I've seen enough duty Ron now. I think I can take over. I wish I watched him more. That way I could have more shit to hold against him. But I don't. You guys, I'll let you guys roast the shit out of him and I'll read them. Oh, shit. I wonder how that got started. It must be all you crazy people watching him, misinterpreting his wisdom. Oh, this guy's so smart. He must be in law enforcement. You guys must have fucked up. Oh, fuck. Mama Bear says he claims to be about the facts and then turns them into whatever he thinks. And when others have a different opinion, they get deleted. No. It just goes to show you how much of a douchebag he is. You can delete whoever you want. Sometimes people come in and it's not about just having a different opinion. It's about where and how they want to use it. Like sometimes in a live stream setting, somebody will just troll with it for the sake of getting you off your rhythm or away from your thought or disrupting the stream in that sense or taking away from the point. Daniel Turkey, douchebag, you've never came up with a point. Your claim to fame is having a fucking double child killer on your fucking panel. How does that feel? Ginger Snap says, I heard dipshit say that he was in law enforcement for 8 years but suffered a back injury. Yeah, must have gotten in a fight with the fucking triads. He was trying to save a shop from getting looted. I'll just bet he was probably sat down for so fucking long he put his back out. That's a work-related injury. That's workers' comp right there, baby. I put in 8 years to get that comp claim. That's 8 years in law enforcement. Well, what law? What law were you enforcing? You were keeping the peace down there in an Austin mall? I don't know if it's in Austin. I was searching it up, believe me. Actually, I got it pulled up right now on let's see, I'll switch it over. I got it pulled up on Google Earth here. I think, or I did. Well, I'm not sure what the hell's going on. Maybe I should close that. Yeah, that's Westwood Shopping Center, 3201 Bee Caves Road in Austin, Texas. That's Barton. So they say. I love his selfie. He's got this really funny selfie. Oh, he's got a Daniel-esque selfie. You should see the thumbnail. I have this other thumbnail that I was going to put up, but I didn't because I thought twice. I didn't want to take away. I'm like, oh, this is going to be too dramatic. But it's in the background. I'll use it. I made it in the while I was going through the discovery, in the throes of passion. Oh, you don't think he's an undercover cop? Nobody was accusing you. Don't worry. He reminds me of a cartoon character. Pee-Pee with sunglasses. Who's Pee-Pee? Reminds me of Speedy Gonzalez's slow friend, Slowpoke. Him, Special Agent Constable Kent Corbett, and Private Eye Chrissy T can all ride off into the same sunset. So, why didn't you guys just go put in a goddamn resume? Maybe they'll hire you to wash the toilets. It's a lot better than what it is that you're doing. Maybe, maybe not. They all want to pretend that they're just so much superior than anybody else. Every situation, every case has these types of individuals that pop up. I never heard this fucking guy's name before in a million years. All of a sudden, people are claiming that he's claiming to be law enforcement. Well, congratulations. Why don't you and fucking Duty Ron do a duet? Maybe you guys can sing something together. The Fraternal Order of Drunk Turkeys. First of all, what kind of fucking name is Drunk Turkey? You sound like a drunk. Cool J, DT up to something. He sometimes has to fumble over his words trying to back old Danny Boy. I don't know. I don't listen to him. Who cares? Who the fuck cares if he's up to something? This fucking guy. My best friend and I were security guards when we were 19 for an office building after hours. Yeah, they play. Yeah. You just have to have somebody there to fill in. Maybe he's an individual who really takes his job seriously. We watched TV and slept. Easiest minimum wage job I ever had. That's right, Nini. Who calls themselves a drunk? I don't know, dude. That's some funny shit. Oh, yeah. Security here, you must do as I say. Stop running in the halls. It's like a hall monitor. That's for 8 years, was it? Well, good for him. So what does that have to do with law enforcement, I wonder? I wonder how he just automatically assumes and passes off that he was in law enforcement for 8 years like Ginger Snap is claiming. What do you say, Explore Core? He probably tackles people over a Kit Kat. No, they're not allowed to touch anybody anymore. Maybe they are in Texas. You can only watch and relay information. In a lot of big cities, I'm not sure about everywhere. You know how politicized things are nowadays. I wonder if he's allowed to carry any mace. Probably got double cans either side, both holsters. Brandy says he often talks about things he knows nothing about and it infuriates you. Oh, fuck. Ginger says he's been into true crime for 3 years. Before that, it was just football. He's a little fanboy. You guys. Oh, you fucking guys are funny. Hold on. Let's see. Let me switch this around. Let me see what Ninchi had to say about it. Play this little part. We'll capture it in the moment. Look at that selfie. Look at the selfie. Oh, hello. Look at me. Hello, ladies. I bet you spent like an hour and a half on that fucking beard. I bet you look sexy in a uniform, boy. Let's see what people are saying down here. Oh, that's Ninchi's comment section. Excuse me.
My friend has been over-exaggerating his credentials for the
over-exaggerating his credentials. This is the problem. It's not the fact that you're a funny mall cop. Nobody cares about that, even though it's fun to joke about. You're not even exaggerating. You're over-exaggerating. Like, what's next? You going to be a security guard in this fucking International Space Station or what? I'm an exotic security guard for NASA. Let me see.
Correct misinformation from this content creator, and I still have other things that I need to address. So it certainly won't be the last time. I just wanted to share this with you. Seems that our turkey friend has been over-exaggerating his credentials for the purpose of convincing people that he is the one who is right about everything in this case.
Oh, fuck, that's even worse. That's even worse. This dude's a fucking scam artist. He's the type of individual you want to keep away from your kids. It's probably why you got fired in the first place, inappropriate conduct. You're saying he looks gay? Does look happy.
Like I said, many of us are having to correct misinformation that he is putting out there. Well, the people have speculated that he was maybe a mall cop or a traffic cop. At the end of the day, turns out, this was posted on Facebook this morning, turns out he's a former security guard. So there's definitely a lesson in this for all of us. And I, for one, will continue to let my content speak for me rather than sharing my professional credentials, which at the end of the day on YouTube mean nothing. I should probably qualify that in terms of...
Listen, guys, you need to believe me. I've got 8 years in law enforcement. Believe me, I know what it is that I'm assuming.
I love Judy Ron, I love Ed Wallace, Chris McDonough, Bill Cannon. Now, these guys have successfully shown how you can create content that is based on your professional knowledge, because they are...
I don't think you're quite getting it. I don't think you're getting it, Angry Rabbit. He wasn't in law enforcement, Angry Rabbit. He wasn't in law enforcement. Can somebody explain to Angry Rabbit in my chat that he wasn't in law enforcement to begin with? There's no ladder to climb. He over-exaggerated it. He was an ex-security guard. There's no just a constable in this position. Holy shit. Zoom. No, it's not a rent-a-cop. He's a security guard. It's like Ernie Shell, bro. No problem. Oh, shit. It's like Ernie. It's worse than Ernie. Skern dog. What are you, drunk turkey? A Kentucky colonel? Private security. Yeah. That's crazy. You could have done this job, Angry Rabbit. No background check.
Are all former law enforcement. Bill Cannon, I believe, was a staff sergeant. Ed Wallace is a first grade detective or something. He's like, he's brilliant. If you ever want to learn forensic stuff, go to Judy Ron and watch any of his episodes where he has Ed Wallace as a guest.
I'm in law enforcement, 8 years, friends.
That guy knows everything about forensics. If there is anything that he doesn't know about forensics, it's probably not worth knowing. Anyway, they make it work, but they seem to be one of the exceptions to the rule. There's a lot of mediocre people who you can tell they've got some professional knowledge, who do push their professional knowledge to sell their content. And then you have other people who claim professional knowledge that they don't actually have. Admittedly, I've not hidden the fact that I have a few university degrees, but when I talk about them, that's more in context of me just telling some sort of anecdote to help explain something that I am explaining in one of my videos. But in terms of legitimacy, they don't make me any more legitimate as a content creator.
Again, don't look at the specifics, look at the intent. His intent was to convince you all of something that wasn't true. So obviously he acknowledges the fact that it's not true, or he wouldn't have to lean so hard on his false identity. Listen, friends, 8 years law enforcement. I know what it is that I'm talking about. Like that would even reflect on the truth in the first place. The fact that this goof wants to try to convince you of something tells you all you need to know about him. Now you're just a fucking dirty security guard. Corrupted AF. All on the back of Jack and Lily in this sense. Enabling the individual who violently took their lives.
Than anything else. I'm not sure I've really explained that well, but hopefully you get where I'm going with that. Anyway, let's get back to this discussion over Brad Wong and Justin Smith. Because
yeah, so she's talking about Brad Wong and Justin Smith and all of the detracting that she tried to do, the drinking turkey over on his show on behalf of Daniel. Listen, these are it doesn't matter about really why they have to acknowledge it in the paper and say that there's no evidence that it happened in that sense. What you're assuming, or what they're talking about, is there's no smoking gun that would otherwise make it impossible for them not to act on it. It's two people's word against his. It still means something in the terms of a case against Daniel. Because there's two witnesses. Just because there's no video of it doesn't mean anything. It just means that you have to go about either trusting them or not in context with all of the other circumstantial evidence down the line in the courtroom on the stand, motherfucker. Just because somebody comes up to the cop and says anything doesn't automatically mean that it's going to be altering to the case. We don't need to get too worried about it. It's just what happens when you, as a police officer, right, drunken turkey? When you're approached with a situation like this where the people are being deceptive, or they're straight up lying, or come to find out a long time later that they were lying in the first place. Don't think it's the first time. Probably happens all the time. They still have to go through the motions. These people haven't been scrutinized. They haven't been probed. They haven't been cross-checked. Because we're still in the information gathering part of this case. Maybe we're in a cusp of something else because there's so much coming out. And it's all coming out by way of the language and the contradictions from old Danny Boy himself. The more that Daniel gets exposed, the worse that Janie looks at this point in time. Not that she ever looked very good in the first place. It would go without saying that you would think that, heaven forbid, that 2 children went missing from your property. The true question in the situation would be, what happened? Where are the kids? And it would be child-centric. And it's been the opposite. To talk about it in a general manner, zooming out a little bit, it's been all self-centered, Their priority has always been their own innocence and trying to convince people to believe them of a story that really shouldn't otherwise be shared in that sense. And I say that because the information that they give you, we don't care how many steps or where you were standing at any one point in time. We want to know what the fuck happened. Where are Jack and Lily? And you have these people coming forward telling you all about what would otherwise be extenuating information. Useless. But it's not useless because it shows the investigators where the guilt lies. Do you think it really fucking matters if that sliding door made a noise or not when the kids are fucking missing at this point? Do you think it's necessary to try to convince people that you were putting in a pool for the kids in the middle of the night in the early spring? See, if you look at these pictures, she has the leveling out in her mind because that's what they're doing over there at the side of the hill anyway. That's why that dirt wagon sits in the first place. That nasty old fucking RV that she forced herself to live in because she couldn't handle being around Malaya or the kids.
Because, like I said, this Turkey guy has claimed that the RCMP came out and said their statements were fake, were false, and were made up essentially. And that is not the situation. So I'm going to cover all that in this video. And yes, I apologise, since beginning this video, I've had to start turning fans on and everything. So I'm going to start first with some audio showing you what these claims are that this Turkey guy is making, and then I'll dive into it from there.
Law enforcement or the Global Mail and Canadian news media come out and say, oh man, we got this guy Bradley Wong. He's saying that he saw Daniel, Justin Smith, his buddy. The only two people happen to be best friends. Come out with these, the only statements in the area of anybody being in that area around are these two best friends that happen to be around there. They're the only two that say they saw something and saw him. Where
to start? First of all, he's claiming that it's the news media that came out and made these claims. Apparently, no one has shown him the documents. And he's saying that Brad and Justin are best friends, and they just happen to be the only two people who've come out with this information in the area. Well, I am not aware of Brad or Justin claiming to be best friends with the other individual. But I can guess the source of his information, and it's not a very credible source. I also want to point out that this Turkey guy is the person who came out directly after the information was released about Brad Wong, as soon as his name was released at least, and was going out of his way to discredit him with articles and with claims from Daniel Martell. And it certainly seems like a bit of a stretch to claim that because two people in a community talk to each other that they are best friends. As for his definitive statement that they are the only two people in the area that came forward, we'll put a pin in that.
RCMP disputes it.
Fuck, only two people in the area that came forward. There's barely any population there. It's the middle of nowhere. In my opinion only, says Kim, I think something happened to Jack and Lily Thursday night in between 8 and 11. Then Daniel, Malaya, and Janie covered it up. Yeah, that's fine, Kim. You can come in here and mingle. I'm picking up what you're putting down. We're going to have to run your opinion by the security guard, the cop in training. He's not even that. Former security guard. No wonder. What are you saying, Moosey? No wonder Jack didn't get on with Daniel. He could smell bullshit. Well, yeah, that and amongst other things. Think about how unstable old Daniel is, especially around two children who he resents right from the start. You can see it. It comes across in the pictures, especially the one of them in front of the Christmas tree. To give it a little Christmas feel. Daniel looks like he's holding like the creature from Alien in his hands. Yeah, pretty much, Cool J. There's an overabundance of them. DT claims Wong is going through trash to support his rug habit. Come on. Yet pats Danny Boy on the back for being a tweaker. Yeah, Ginger Snap. Well, that's what they do. These chomos stick together. Game recognized game in this sense.
Immediately. They send an email and the first media outlet that came out with it had to do an edit on it, and that's the one that we found. And then I even told Daniel, I was like, look, dude,
shut the hell up.
The Mail, I think it was a Global Mail, or maybe it was a CBC. I was like, look, they posted this out there that you committed this driving, you were driving around, that you had your lights on, that you were lying, and that you were over there by the blanket situation. Now, it's been determined that they lied. The RCMP has come forward.
It's been determined that they lied. That's straight fabrication. How stupid can you actually be? Danny J Hernandez? DJ. What a fucking retard. Dude. Uh-oh,
retard alert. Retard alert, class.
And say that it's not true. And so I told Daniel this, and he's like, I was like, dude, these people aren't your friends, man. If they're doing this to you and not putting in the right information after the fact, I wouldn't trust them. And then 2 days later,
like, that's his biggest fucking worry at the moment. Like, that's his biggest worry at the moment. This guy is fucking on one, dude. Hey, Danny J.
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert, class.
I don't know if he told them something or whatnot, but 2 days later, the big title was RCMP disputes what Bradley Wong and Justin Smith say. And they go on there that they were emailed immediately. So these guys, RCMP jumped on it to say that information is false. And so you may need to question if there's some people that are still sticking with that information, even though
how long can a guy go on about something that's just fucking so wrong and you just made up? You can't get through that in a more concise manner. He just blathers on and on and on about it, dude. Daniel's resentment of the children was so evident in the birthday party video. That creepy stare. Oh, dude. All different kinds of colors he is. Fucking hardcore tweaker. It's okay. Listen, don't you know that Daniel can handle it? Daniel's done it every day for years. You imagine bragging about such a thing? Trying to convince somebody that it's okay? Hey, don't worry, it's okay. Especially a chick that you're trying to pick up. It shows you that he's got no shame. He's got a problem with other things in the background as well. And it's shutting his fucking yap. Everything that he's doing is going to be used against him in the court of law. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do, Dannies? Both of you Dannies. Yeah, well, we don't feel the same. Brad Wong and Justin Smith are fantastic individuals who did the right thing. Everybody knows that. This asshole's talking about it like he knows the situation, and he couldn't even be further from the fucking truth. So the question is what's your agenda? And then what else? Daniel's queefing will turn DT and cellmates on. That's nasty. You're nasty. Bradley Wong was so pissed off with what DT was accusing him of. I thought if he could reach through the screen and do him. Oh, geez. Daniel's pickup line, but Malaya claims she didn't know until went into labor. Yeah, right. Well, it's not. Listen, friends. It's not whether or not the statement or how much you believe the statement. It's let's analyze that little chunk of information that she communicated. She acknowledged that Daniel is a hardcore drug user in that statement. That's all that's important to this scenario. Oh, wow, you're a hardcore drug user. Let me just put all my fucking trust in you right now, and I'll believe everything that you say. Is that usually how life goes? I don't think so. Especially to a cop, especially to a major crimes investigator. You didn't have to call him and get him out of bed to tell him that news.
Update any news about the two guests?
I never really heard nothing.
Never heard anything?
They don't say too much.
Oh.
It's only that boy that did it. I still say the boy.
The Daniel Martell, the
He's
stepfather.
on meth.
He's on meth.
He sells meth. And he makes it. And he don't like the kids.
And he doesn't like the kids. I wonder what would make Wade say that. But I'm pretty sure he's not making it up. Brandy Lindy. What are you saying in my chat? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. When old Sonny introduced DT on her panel, she said he was a cop and he did not clarify or stop her. Apparently, they've been friends for years, but old drunk turkey talks so bad about her now. You're starting drama in my chat. Well, geez. Well, gee whiz. What's going on, Chelsea? Welcome in. Oh, Explore Corps. You know the funniest fake cop is that traffic cop, that bike cop who runs that private security firm that was on the Dr. Phil show. What's his name? Who screams at dudes driving down the road on his dirt bike. He provides services like funerals and things like that. He loves to throw his heavies around. But he's been arrested a few times. I can't remember his name at this point in time. Yeah. I think it's beyond that, Brandy Lindy. Well, you don't have to apologize. But I appreciate that perspective. There's another one, too, about him talking about it on his own channel. We were just talking about it a little earlier, but I forget. I forget already. Every time I ask the Turkey Man for his background in law enforcement, I never get a response, says Squid Malay. Well, I just gave it to you. That mall in Austin, Texas. Barton. Carol Johansson, you're bringing the tea today. You think Janie, heard a tremendous row when Malaya was trying to leave and physically occupied with Meadow. Daniel had physical control of the children and caused lethal harm. Janie heard it, stayed inside. Interesting. Yep. It definitely is a possibility. It's the strongest possibility. Not the only one. but they all look about the same. Whatever it is, without a doubt, most people believe that he's criminally responsible at this point. Well, they said the only time they really mentioned that, you're right, is when they were out. Squid, you're right. They don't even remember what or when, if the kids even ate. Maybe a bagel on the way home. They don't quite know. I don't know. But what it tells you is that it's not on a high priority list. Especially Daniel's. His appetite would have been so suppressed.
Beats the kids, he beats her daughter.
That's what I'm
But her
saying.
daughter might know more than you saying. I said your daughter.
So there's the first acknowledgement of there being not just physical violence or a rumor of, but he's speaking as though, well, I'll straight up saying it. He's talking about Daniel beating Malaya right there. So it's obviously fairly well known and out there. How long have they known that? And really put that in perspective with the timeline that we're building around Jack and Lily in the months leading up to it and their home environment. We'll look at it right back to 2 years. It's always been an issue. Why? Because the substances that Daniel claims to do every day that don't affect him because he's just a superstar and he's okay on them. Which is ridiculous. What a silly thing to say. It's his way of detaching and dismissing and separating himself from all of the damage that he's done. And it does. Most importantly, it shows you that he doesn't acknowledge. He doesn't register. And there's a lot of that going on in this situation with him. It's very rare that he's even talking directly to a question without misinterpreting it and talking about something completely obtuse or eccentric from what the point was. Well, think about that morning now, Moosey. Think about old Janie attacking. Who was it that was in the driveway that recognized just how messed up Daniel was and said something about him because old Daniel's known to be violent, like Wade was pointing out. This isn't the first time. Obviously, she put 2 and 2 together. Our name escapes me right now. Anyway. But Janie physically attacked her in the driveway. Boy, that's not going to stick out like a sore thumb to investigators. I wonder what that's all about. You don't have to rely on their... Haley, thank you. You don't have to rely on their answers or expect them to be honest. You know. Daniel's so standoffish those first couple of days. Look at how sketched out he was in front of the camera. An individual would have been, if this was a legitimate situation, you would have been able to tell within minutes what was, what wasn't. He didn't mention.
They had 100 bags of dirty diapers in the basement. Come on.
At least they put them in bags.
Probably couldn't grab her. It's too much abuse on her, so it's just a lump, right? He's probably pimping her.
Did he just say he was probably pimping her too? I got my earbud, my headphones on. Let's see if I can pick this up.
On her, so it's just a lump, right? He's probably pimping her.
Right there. He said that, didn't he? He said, I think he could have been pimping her out too, in that sense. We'll listen one more time.
You're sad,
And he's from Mustang. Yeah,
He's probably doing bad, or it's too much abuse on her, so it's just a lump, right?
he's probably pimping her.
He was probably pimping her out and everything. Now, I'm not saying this whether I want you to believe it or not, but I'm saying to you, why would Wade be